Myron reveals a shocking secret to the girls.
Reveal a shocking secret. Men really don't care about your personality. They don't think you're that cool. They don't think you're that interesting. When a man speaks to a woman, in general, I would argue 95% of the time, if it's not some kind of work capacity or whatever, it's for sexual access. Because, I mean, let me ask a quick poll with the ladies. Do any of you guys have guy friends? Raise your hands if you have guy friends. Okay, guy friends, cool.
Oof.
On the couch as well. Do you prefer to hang out with your guy friends, less drama, or do you prefer to hang out with female friends?
Girlfriends.
I don't.
Female friends.
I don't think that's a good question to ask, cause like, yeah, like nah, like that's not a good question to ask. You're like, oh, you have a guy friend? All right, well, so you want to be with more? Who do you want to hang out with more? Guy friend or your lady friend? Just like, I'm not. Like, I don't think. I think that measure could really just vary. So it's not a good measure to be like, aha, because all of you are gonna say guy friend. Like I don't. Like, it's not a good way to trap.
Friends? Okay, it seems like it's 50-50. So even half you guys don't even like dealing with girls. Why should we? Think about that. Right? I mean, it's like.
What's wrong with girls? Y'all are annoying.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, okay, like I understand what he's trying to do, but I don't.
Y'all, I think we should say we are annoying. Because okay, we are annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, women and like to keep it real with you, a guy that's gonna sit there and be in the friend zone with you. The only difference between someone like him and myself is that I'm honest and I tell my intentions. I make it known that I'm interested from a romantic sense. A lot of guys.
Okay, basically, like the first thing he's saying is that, like the very first thing he was saying was that, guys do not really care about anything else besides like your looks. The most important thing that you have that a guy looks at is your looks. And like guys don't really care about like, oh, like she's so interesting or she's so funny and stuff. Like those are definitely good things to be, you know, funny and interesting and personality and whatnot and brains, but you don't really gotta do much except look good and a guy will be attracted to you. And as long as you're not a freaking menace, I think that's what you're saying.
Don't admit that because they don't want to get rejected. You know what I mean? So they'll sit there in the friend zone and play the long game, but in reality, no guy wants to hang out with you because of your personality, you're that cool, you're a vibe, or you're chill. They just say that to try to, you know, big up your ego a bit and get laid.
Weirdos. To work our friends are fake. Yeah. So
yes, 100%.
Oh,
as a matter of fact, your guy friend is probably watching this show right now, waiting for you to break up with your boyfriend so that he can shoot the shot. Bam. He wants to snatch it, bitch. Yes. Women are really not that special, and I would argue there's no benefit to being a platonic friend with a woman as a guy. She gained way more benefit from having you around than you had her around. Think about it. You get protection, you get boyfriend energy, you get a hard, a rock that you can like complain your problems about. You get that masculine energy. So it's like women get a lot of benefits from hanging out with a guy because men understand that relationships only occur if you add value. But with women, it's like, y'all don't really add too much value to us, and I'm not even trying to be an asshole. Like, I'm not gonna, if I'm hanging out with a girl that's a platonic friend, I'm still expected to protect her, but she don't suck my dick. That's stupid.
I think that's a red flag.
So what are you saying is that between like if you're friends with a girl or like a guy is a friend that's friends with a girl, right? Okay, so the girl is getting more out of it. Why? Because there are things that the guy's gonna be doing, even though they're just friends, that they get more out of than what she's gonna be doing for him. For example, like you said, you're gonna be protected, like as in your life, your body, you will be protected, and he's not even your boyfriend. So you're gonna be protected. He's probably gonna like pay for things. You can vent to him. He's gonna be, cool about it. And I guess those are like the main things on top of like the attention and maybe validation. And then when it comes to what a girl would do, I guess it'd be like, I don't know. I don't really, I guess someone to talk to or someone to vent to. This is, vent or just, if you leave it at like someone to just like have fun with or something, or all because they're cool and stuff, like legit saying like, oh, because she's cool and whatnot, then that may be the case, but it's not really valuable to where it's something that sort of something that's so like irreplaceable or something, you know? Because if you're only hanging out with someone because they're just fun, then well, many people and things are fun. So then, you know, comparing that to what you are giving that person, which would be like, you know, security and emotional things and physical protection, you know, and some validation and stuff like that and attention that they like more of, then, you know, that's something that's what he's.
What's red flag?
To be viewing women that way.
Chris Couch.
Yeah, that's a red flag. If a man doesn't have respect for women and says that they have no value, then he clearly has some issues with women. And
Well, it's not about that. I'm saying that women don't offer much utility to men from a friendship perspective.
Besides your existence. I mean, all of our existence, period. Like, we wouldn't be here or alive, you know, if it wasn't for your mom.
Hold on. Are you two now trying to say that you're my mom? I'm confused here.
No.
Because, I mean, you didn't bring the life to me.
No.
I'm friends with my mom. She's cool. But, I mean, she offers utility. No, it's...
like, you're trying to get something
Go
from
ahead.
somebody. But, I mean, you can get other things than sex.
Well,
Like, it doesn't need to always be sex.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, is that's the main reason why men hang out with women in the first place. Like, it's not... the only difference between... See, this is why men... So, okay, do y'all just stop the show real quick? Do you guys just see what just happened just there?
What happened?
I told you the real reason why men hang out with women. I told the uncomfortable truth. Instead of accepting it, you said, well, let me shame that. Yo, that's kind of weird, and that you just hate women if you operate like that. No, it's understanding your worth and your value. What if let's switch the roles real quick. Let's say me and you hung out, right? And I only call you at 2 a.m. to have sex. And then as soon as we're done, I tell you gotta leave. And I don't talk to you. We don't have any type of connection, none of that stuff. How would that make you?
So, we're getting that house we told you guys about.
You're buying a house?
Yeah, soldiers get...
Feel.
Like, shit, yeah.
Okay, congratulations. That's exactly how men feel when they're sitting in the friend zone with women. The difference is this.
Some men are straight up though, they'll tell you.
But most aren't, because they get a response.
Yeah, of
That's what she
course.
said, which is,
Like,
you're
why are
a
you talking
misogynist
about-
that's
how would you bring that up?
Women don't offer utility, whatever. I'm arguing that from a friendship perspective, women don't offer much value to men because men and women are different. We have different interests. We look at the world differently. We don't have the same experiences growing up a lot of the times. Men and women are not the same. So there's not much that we can bond on a lot of the times when you're friends with a woman platonically.
Agreed. I do
So,
agree with you.
That's
on
why I'm
that.
saying for a man, right, it's not in your best interest to be platonic friends with a woman because the woman still benefits from getting your attention, your validation, hanging out with you, going on, getting that masculine energy that she might not necessarily get from her boyfriend. It's not in your best interest though as a man. I'm speaking from the male perspective. And that's the equivalent to me just having sex with you and kicking out immediately. That won't offer you value, right? You're just getting used for sex. That's exactly how men feel when they're in a platonic friendship with a woman. Just that they don't have the balls to say this because the girls are gonna say what you said earlier. No offense to you, but I really enjoy that you said that because
There's some men that respect and protect women.
Guys, if you are friends with a girl and if she would kiss you and you would kiss her back, or if she were to text you, hey, like, you know, I'm in the mood, come through, and you would come through, anything that's out of being actually friend that you would do with her, you are not friends. And it would be best if you talk about that now than you becoming some dude in a freaking movie that has liked her for years but has never told her, and she's about to get married. And, you know, it's just like, just be honest. Be honest. And if you lose a friend because of that, how much then really think about how much was that friendship actually giving you, to where if you guys aren't friends, it's such a bad thing.
Don't expect much. There's a difference between. There's a difference. I mean, what was I saying? I was saying that there's a difference between, like, you know.
Yeah, those guys are police officers. They get paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, it's not in a man's best interest to be a platonic friend with a woman. And any guy, I guarantee you, any guy that you guys have friends that's a platonic friend with you, I promise you, text him and say, hey, why didn't we ever become anything more? He will show up, oh, yeah, it's because you're friends with me. Or, yo, I'll come over right now. Like, men hang out with you for sexual access 99% of the time. The only time... Go ahead. Mark, go ahead.
Oh my God! I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think they're missing. I think y'all missing what he's saying.
Yeah, they're missing the point.
Y'all missing what he's saying. Most men who are friends with you want to fuck. It doesn't mean that they have mommy issues. That's just the truth. If you think a man is just gonna be friends with you and doesn't have like, are y'all serious?
I'm saying like, there's more to a relationship than just pussy. Like,
He's not talking about a relationship. He's talking about friendship.
No,
Men
I
being
know,
friends
but
with
this
us.
is what I'm talking about. I'm saying like
For you.
a man wants more than just pussy. You know, I feel like if it's only pussy, it's just like
What about pussy? Okay.
That's not what we're
But
talking about.
what I'm saying is that it starts with sexual access and then everything else builds from there. You get what I'm saying? But if it's just like friendship, see, here's the problem. You're looking at it from the...
So basically it's like this, okay? If you weren't pretty, would he even talk to you? I think that's it. If you weren't pretty, would he talk to you? If you were ugly, you were freaking 300 pounds of sheer mass. I'm not talking about muscle. Even that muscle, you know, you that muscular as a girl, I don't know. If you were ugly, would he even talk to you?
My perspective. Like, I'm cool. Why wouldn't you just want to hang out with me? Well, why would I hang out with you, who's a liability as a woman typically, right? Like, you can't fight, you can't really protect me, you can't do nothing, not offering me any real value because I'm not getting sexual access to you. Why would I hang out with you when I can hang out with another guy? Being honest.
The way you say
Keep it in
it,
1,000.
though.
Oh, so it's totally different.
yeah, the way you say it.
Okay.
That's probably the way you said
Oh,
it.
but here's the thing. If I say 1 + 1 is 2, or 1 + 1 is fucking 2, does it change the fact that it's still 2? That was very calm in my delivery. It's just that you guys don't like the uncomfortable truth. This right here, this little segment here, the past 4 or 5 minutes that you guys just witnessed on this podcast, all 10,000 y'all. This is why men can't be honest with women. I told you guys the real on how men think when it comes to relationships with women, and y'all don't want to hear it.
No, I believe that, and like it's true. Definitely think about all my male friends right now, and I know that they all want to fuck me.
So how do I have mommy issues from being honest?
No, it was more so the delivery of how you're saying.
Oh,
I'm not
it's
getting
how you said it,
value.
Mara.
Yeah, it's definitely
There's
that.
the delivery.
Mara,
There's
how you
some-
said it, Mara. This
some
is
sort of energy in there.
this is why I love like this, guys.
It's a
I hope
feeling.
you guys watch this podcast and really learn from it. The difference between men and women, how we communicate. They're more interested in how I said what I said versus what I said. Even though what I said is the truth, they don't like the way it was delivered. This is the different. Well, fuck your feelings. No, this is true.
Well, your tone is relevant.
No, it's not relevant because if I'm going to be honest with you about how men view women, right? I'm speaking very calmly. I'm just speaking direct, right? I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, girl, it's okay. You look great in that dress. Don't worry about it. Even though she's fat as hell. Men, we communicate differently. If Fresh looks like shit, he comes out looking like crap. I'm going to tell him, bro, you're fat. You need to hit the gym. Women, though, y'all are different. Oh, I have a perfect dress that you could wear and you'll look better in it. Men and women communicate differently. We're just very direct. You don't like this style of communication because you're not used to it. Men are rarely honest with women about what they want or how they view things. I'm telling you guys how men view the world. I'm being very calm, collected, and articulating my thoughts. You guys just don't like the way I'm saying it because it's direct and you're not used to it. Most women can't handle the truth when it comes to intersexual dynamics.
So I saw your face earlier, right? What do you want to say? Because you were like, oh,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
You had said something about girls and guys don't relate.
Yes, we don't. In general, we don't.
Yeah, you had said girls and guys don't relate. Also, females have no value.
Wait, in what context though?
See.
Oh, you weren't listening. Fantastic.
Sorry. I was.
See, you were too busy being triggered versus listening to what I said.
No, the conversation continued, and I didn't want to interrupt.
You
Okay,
caught
repeat
that.
what I said
You
then.
caught that. That
That
was
you have
nice.
point of contention with. That's very important. If you're going to refute my argument, you actually have to listen to the argument.
You had said that guys and girls can't relate, and I think that depends a lot on your past and how you grew up. So I grew up with a big family. I had a lot of brothers. I was, rough and tough with them. I was also an athlete, and I think that has a lot to do with
I mean, she got some.
how I am as a person.
She got
so
some.
I do relate well with men.
Well, your
Period.
response right now actually shows contrary because your response right now is a very feminine response. You're more interested in how I said what I said versus what I said. what I said is 100% factually true to a degree that in general, men and women don't have the same existence. We don't grow up the same, we don't experience the same complications, or how do I say this? The same difficulties in life, okay? There are certain things that women can do that men can't do, and vice versa. We live different existences. I mean, hell, we got a girl right now that's on the panel that's being taken care of by a guy that isn't getting anything in return besides like just giving her money. A man will never be able to experience that.
There is men that do experience that.
Yeah.
Okay, like they even see that's like the disconnect that is constant within conversation. It's that someone will be like, oh, for example, like guys don't like girls that, you know, I don't know, freaking beat up their husbands or something. I don't know, right? Something like that. And then they'll be like, oh, well, someone out there is. And it's like, but that doesn't mean that, like, just because, like, that one, just because somebody out there exists that maybe does this one thing doesn't mean that generally it still doesn't happen, or generally, like, an exception doesn't break the rule, you know? Like, saying, oh, well, somebody out there, it's like that, but that doesn't help add, like, no, it doesn't.
Like, if you take the most attractive man, right? An average woman can find a sugar daddy. You take the most attractive, pinnacle 1% guy, it's still gonna be tough for him to get a sugar daddy. So men and women don't experience the same realities at all, especially when it comes to dealing with the opposite gender. So women are in a privileged position where guys come up to you all the time, and you can kind of just pick and choose, all right, I'm gonna put this guy in friend zone, I'm gonna have sex with this guy quickly, I'm gonna use this guy for this situation, whatever. What I'm saying is that as a man, you don't want to be put in a position where you're compartmentalized to offer just utility without you getting something back. I gave you the example earlier where a man is just using a girl for sex and nothing else. When I gave you guys a scenario, all of you said, or she said, I would feel used. I would argue most women are going to feel used if they're only going to get fucked and chucked. I'm saying the equivalent to that is a man being used and put in the friend zone. The issue is this. Female problems are more important than male problems. Men are expected to just take it, accept it, be a man, right? I'm telling y'all, from a male perspective, it's not in my best interest to befriend a woman because I know I'm offering way more utility to her than she's offering back to me, because men, when they deal with women...
Alright, that was a shocking secret. 2 girls from Myra. Let me know what you think about it. If that was a secret that you knew, if you didn't know. And see you next video. You're looking at the sun today. How was that?
That's nice.